shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted master.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. This is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They will toss to Brown. A little juke. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Jackson, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no...
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brown. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On 2nd down now, it's Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Brown. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. But now it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. On 2nd down, it's Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
It's outfield. It's outfield.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season as the Ravens push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score.
Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. This is Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Switch.
They go with Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Jackson, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Draw play for Brown. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. From the gun, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Jackson operating from the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. As the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game? Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. With it is Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense.
And now look at him go. And all the way in for the Ravens Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in, already that. On first down, it's Brown. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Right back to Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On 3rd down, Brown. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
A gain of 8 and a first down.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now it's Brown. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it here with Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Brown on the carry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They go play action now. Jackson steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. On first down, Brown. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On the double. 48 Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Ready up. 48 to Mike. Go. Go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here comes the
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On 3rd down, Brown. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Brown. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd down now, it's Brown, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 3rd down, Brown. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed a touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Ravens, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.